Initially, the two of you weren't so sure where to start. Joan tried to show you how to do some magic spells, but you kept getting lost fairly quickly the directions. When you tried showing her some technology tricks, it was the same story. Second verse. Turns out her phone was just extremely old, but she never really felt the need to upgrade. She just like Tosaka Ren. You just like, Ren from Face Night. It's a hassle, you completely understand the feeling, but at the same time, the two of you were kinda bored. So the obvious solution was a competition. Okay. You would show her any given app, and Joan would attempt to replicate it using her magic. Did anyone keep track of the score? No. Was Joan convinced to upgrade? No. What did happen was a chaotic series of mishaps involving real-life dog ears for social media. Social media's phone. Social media photos. It's kind of weird because it cuts off in the middle of a sentence. Social media photos, along with an army of small sentient numbers meant to perform calculations. A rage potion for pigeons and other things that were semi-questionable at best. We received several complaints from neighbors that were, well, several hundred miles away, but the key takeaway here is that we have a stronger relationship. Hooray. Two of you feel refreshed and accomplished after making chaos. You can feel your bond strengthened, and you get a craft essence to represent your bond points. Through the power of investigation of breaking the law by accident, Buddy texts the two of you about another one of Hans's messages. You wonder what it's about. Turns out the stranger who found me is very beautiful, and went out of my league. Please find my head faster. I look lame with him carrying me. Dark load for date. Buddy's waiting at the dining table once more, and you take a seat preemptively. You look down to read Hans's new message, and Hans bragging about his date somehow. Extremely irritating. Joan apparently shares the same sentiment since she has a pained expression on her face. Must be nice. Good for him. Her voice is extremely monotone. Somehow the idea that Hans, of all people, managed to land a date. Well, good for him. Joan tucks a strand of hair behind her ear. Well, I'm incredibly sorry to say that you'll have to actually investigate now that Hans is, No, that's completely fine. It is what I'm here to do after all. Okay, so the mystery continues. Sort of, like, it's not really a mystery, it's just like more like lost and found. Although just curious, when you think of a possible date location in the mansion, what comes to mind? Dating, huh? Maybe try the, I don't know what patio? It's not patio, patio, that's how you say it. I don't know why I said patio. Patio. It seems like a kind of romantic spot. You hear the kitchen door softly creak open. Oh, sorry to eavesdrop, but were you two just discussing visiting the patio? Okay, I don't know how to say it anymore. Yes. It appears that, against all odds, Hans landed a date and wants us to find him again. Hans on a date? Barrow's arms falls off purely out of shock, and the skeleton awkwardly crouches down to reattach it. Oh, sorry for that reaction. But what I initially meant to say was that I was heading to the patio myself for some reading. Basically, I wouldn't mind walking you over and helping out with. Mero, I caught you. Yes you did. Good job, Saber. I was just talking to Aiden here, though. Do you mind if we play some other time? Oh, what are you guys planning? Seba's sharp eyes flicked down towards the books Mero was carrying and then back. Seba whined softly as his ears drooped down. You guys are planning on going to the patio without me? I don't know why I really have a lot of difficulty saying patio. Anyway. What? Of course not. It was a surprise. This explanation seems to satisfy Seba, and Meryl discreetly lets out a sigh of relief. You're going to check with Joan if you should stick to your investigation partner when searching around the mansion, but she seems to have lost interest and is quietly sleeping in the corner. Just already fell asleep? Alright, let's go to the patio. Patio, I don't know. Even though you already know that Joan's magic simulates daytime, it's still bizarre seeing such a quaint patio in what seems like the afternoon at night. Or after the afternoon at 9 at night. Mero sits down and cracks a book open while Seba curls up on the grass. A soft breeze ruffles your hair, and you breathe in deep to gather your thoughts before starting. Clearly Hans and his mystery companion are no longer here, but maybe they left something behind. What's up, Mr. Doge Taco? Director's note. For investigation scenes, hover over different parts of the screen. If the cursor changes from the cute baby ghost to a regular pointy click cursor, click to investigate. Oh, okay. Point and click time. Let me just save a little. Oop. Can actually do some real investigating. So, okay, so that's something we can click on. What else? Click on that. Let's do this. Scan. The cursor, it's kind of weird glitch. Cursor kind of like turns into like the resizing cursor sometimes. And then it doesn't go back to the cute ghost, but anyway, I guess. Click on this area. Whoop. You see something glint slightly in the corner of your eye. You shield your eyes from the counterfeit sun to try to get a better look at it. But it seems to be tangled up in some of the branches and just beyond your field of vision. You stretch out to grab it, but it is unfortunately out of reach. I wonder what that was. A thing stuck in that tree? Before you can respond, he leans over you. You hear the rustling of some leaves and he returns within seconds, a smile on his face. He holds out a feather towards you. Let that help? Plenty, thank you. As you gingerly take it from his hand, you notice it shimmer slightly in the light. Saber looks over your shoulder and makes a weird face. I know this is gonna sound a bit strange, but I know all of the birds in the local area, and none of them have those kinds of feather designs. But sure enough, the closer you inspect it, the more it seems out of place. The way the light reflects around it creates a luminous effect. And if you stare at it too long, you start noticing colors that you can't quite name. No, Saber, you're right. Something seems off. You tuck the feather away in your bag so you can inspect it further later. Okay. Wonder what else you should look for? Well, you look for that. Is this a husbando simulator? Well, actually there's both. There's waifus and husbandos. I can only assume it's kind of like the people you hang out with in this game. This visual novel, you kind of get like a little ending with them maybe? I can only assume. Point and click. Click on that. You notice some dirt from the planter that spilled onto the floor. This normally wouldn't be an object of interest, but whoever is accompanying Hans seems to have stepped in it by accident. Mero glances over, but doesn't seem very intrigued. What are you looking at? Some dirt? You have an idea. Hey Seba, do you think you could try to trail a scent from this? Of course! Of course! A little bit of voice acting, of course. It's what I usually say, but I still have allergies, remember? Oh yeah, he sneezed that one time. My bad. Sorry, I forgot. Don't worry about it. We can just follow it by the actual trail. We should probably do that after we finish up here. Okay. What else? What else? I mean, I guess... Chair? Chair. There's the remains of a bandage on top of the chair Mero is sitting down in. Mero? The skeleton perks up excitedly. Yes? Do you want me to help with your investigation? No, not necessarily. It's just that there's a used bandage on top of your chair. Mero looks extremely uncomfortable. I see. Mero stiffly gets out of the chair and turns around to see what you're referring to. Oh, this isn't so bad? What do you mean? I'm surprised you didn't know. These are the fake bandages that Hans uses to be more dramatic. Oh, these chunibyo, like, accessories. You wonder if Slider-kun is taken? You just, I don't know how to respond to that. You talk in such a way. In chat? No harm, no foul. You smile to yourself, relieved that you have solid evidence that Hans was here earlier. It seems like you're heading in the right direction. You glance around the patio. I can never say that. Patio area once more. Come to think of it, you don't really see anything else to investigate. Maybe you should take the opportunity to follow that dirt trail you noticed. Your phone buzzes and shakes you from your thoughts. It's from the group text. Losers online. One brain cell squad. Losers offline. Hans. It's that time again, lads. A time of the month? John is typing. What? It's a full moon tonight, right? Joan stopped typing. I can't believe I almost witnessed a murder. Hey, but dude, it's a miracle you're still alive. As I was saying, it's time for... Joan started typing. I guess she's a slow typer. That's right, fellas, it's time to spin the wheel. Joan stopped typing. Already? That's... The Wheel of Fortune? He's here? He? Surprising. I thought it was on a different weekday. LMFAO. Yeah, as the save of the wheel, he started to roll away. Whoa. Seba, don't listen to them. They are messing with you. Everyone has unique typing style. Sorry, Meryl, the wheel's waiting for me. You hear what you can only assume to be Seba's phone fall on the ground as he takes off running. Losers. Seba is now offline. Offline, Hans and Seba. I honestly can't say I'm surprised at this point. Shaking my head. How does Seba fall for this so frequently? How long do you think it's gonna take until he tires himself out? I'll grab some water for him on the way over. Maybe you should just head back. Okay. You walk into the increasingly familiar dining room and see Joan sitting at a table with a bowl of fresh popcorn. She waves you over while she tosses another bite into her mouth. You pull up a chair and sit down across from her. Don't mind if I have some. I guess we're just gonna eat some popcorn. She gives a short laugh and holds out the bowl towards you. I was about to ask if you wanted to share. Be my guest. Thank you. You grab some and chew a kernel thoughtfully, glancing around the room. Where's Seba? I could have sworn I saw him sprint past me on the way over. You hear the muffled voice that you can't quite understand, only to look down and see Seba laying face down on the ground. What? Joan swallows. He says the floor is helping him cool down. She immediately throws back another handful of popcorn. Seba reluctantly flips over. That felt good. He pauses. I'm pretty sure I saw Buddy writing another message on the way over. Or do you want to bet it's another love letter? As if on cue, you hear a thump from someone hitting the door frame. You turn towards the sound and see the Dullahan run into the door. Back away slightly and then try again. Try moving to the right. Buddy hits the door frame again and looks, despite having no facial expression, betrayed. Okay. We can trick Buddy. We can prank him and tell him to go more to the right. Let's do that. Buddy, I don't think you've moved far enough to the right. Try again. Joan stifles a laugh and chokes on her popcorn. Seba looks confused. Oh, what did that just make him run into? Before he can complete his sentence, you hear another thump. Buddy hits the door frame again and looks dead inside. You apologize, and the Dullahan finds it in himself to forgive you. Well, this time, the Dullahan cautiously shifts to the left and finally stumbles into the living room. Buddy seems to be putting the finishing touches on the letter. Joan is still eating, and Seba is fiddling with his tail. You look at the flames in his ears curiously. I know that when we first met, you said you were a demon, but what kind are you? I mean, you don't have horns or anything. Have I ever played any H? Oh, you mean H visual novel games? I mean, well, Fate Stay Night. I mean, you don't. I guess I don't know if you count that. It's technically an H game, but I played a censored version. Have I played any, like, H visual novels? Probably not. As far as I know. As far as I know, I don't remember. I don't know. Well, Jones seems to think that I'm half... Well, Jones seems to think I'm half Hellhound and half Ninetales, but I disagree. At the mention of her name, she looks up with content. What grounds? Sable looks towards you. It looks back towards Joan. What does on what grounds mean? Basically, what's your reasoning? Oh, in that case, I bought this DNA kit online and... Well, let me guess, it says you're a descendant of George Washington. Sable puffs out some smoke and disapproval. Oh, I guess you can do that. It's like all fire, you can blow flames, maybe. No. Clearly I'm a descendant of Genghis Khan, and I'm a native to Australia. Clearly, this DNA kit was not only cheap, but made for humans. Clearly you're cheap and made of humans. Oh. Joan snaps her fingers, and Sable disappears into a puff of smoke. What? Whip. You cough at the clouded air and wave it away, only you see an infant Sable on the ground. She starts crying, and she gives you a kind smile. I'm terribly sorry you had to hear that. Children can be such a handful. Now then, let's see what Hans has to say. We're not gonna comment on that? You just literally just turn someone into a baby? I don't know, that's pretty scary, isn't it? You can just do that? Sable will turn back eventually, right? Right? Maybe? Oh, let me just drink some water. Alright. You quietly know that you should never aim to make Joan upset. You walk over to the kitchen to see what Buddy and Hans come up with this time. You know, that reminds me of Gilgamesh. A little face there. Never mind, take your time. We're having a pretty nice moment and enjoy having their lap as a pillow, Dark Lord. Ooh woo. Excuse. Drink some more water. That gets your throat dry when I read a lot. Anyway, is he kind of rubbing it in our face at this point? Bragging to the extreme? You struggle to keep a straight face and nod. Joan suddenly looks determined. If he's just gonna keep messing around like this, we might as well have some fun too, right? I see no reason why not. You seem satisfied with this answer, and you pull out your phone to contact your investigation partner, which is right next to you. Which is kind of weird. I guess it's kind of like this, I don't know what you call it, but like, this script, I guess. You know, no matter what, you always, you know, pull out a phone, call your investigation partner, depending on your choice in the beginning. It's like Joan, so like she's just right next to you, so this makes sense. Anyway. Joan invites you up to her lab to hang out, an offer which you gladly accept. It might not be much, but please make yourself comfortable. Oh, you have a really cool setup here, are you kidding? This sort of location would be perfect for starseeing.
Good point.
That's actually why I like working up here. Just give me a sec. There we go. The two of you take a couple moments to just stare at the stars. Joan also put a glow-in-the-dark paint around some parts of her workspace, so in general, this is just a very cool and calm environment. The style of art looks quite unique, like a mix between anime and something like Shin-chan. Oh yeah, isn't Shin-chan... I mean, well, technically Shin-chan's anime, you know? Anime is cartoons in Japan, so... I don't know. And yeah, we're probably gonna like go down the Joan route. I mean, that's what we picked in the beginning. There was like a choice, we could pick like different people. Pick Joan, just because, why not? You end up just spending the rest of your time reading bad pickup lines, okay? If you were a Transformer, you'd be Optimus Fine. Do you have a name, or can I call you mine? Oh. The two of you essentially take turns borderline choking from laughter. To wind down, afterwards you surf YouTube for relaxing cat videos. I guess that's what people watch YouTube for, cat videos. It's not what I want. I don't know. Cat videos are popular. I don't know if they're still popular, but I always feel like, I don't know. For me, I don't know, maybe I'm the weird, I'm the weird person, because instead of cat videos, I watch videos like documentaries about crows. I don't know. And also like mouse videos. Anyway, anyway. Joe makes some fresh hot chocolate you honestly don't ever want to leave. I don't know. Something about crows and mice, I guess. Pet mice, you know? Pet birds. I don't know, I just don't like, I guess for me personally, like pet cats and dogs just don't do it for me. I prefer like especially like crows in particular. They're like my favorite animal because they're so smart. They can do like really cool things such as like pressing buttons that, you know, solve like little puzzles that people have for them and stuff so they can get food. I don't know, something about that. Just interesting. It's your phone. Your phone is beeping, I guess. Like some of the artwork is mildly exaggerated. I mean, yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, anime in general is kind of exaggerated when you think about it. You know, they're kind of like caricatures of human beings, especially like supernatural in a supernatural setting. And I guess this is what this is. It's kind of like a supernatural setting. Anyway, we're getting contacted in a little like Discord maybe. Murder's sending a message, I guess? What did I say? Two online, just Mur. Just you and Mur, I guess. Or me and Mur? You and Mur. I don't know if this decision matters, but what's up? Mur, what are you up to? Oh, I was in the middle of making some salmon before I ran into Buddy. Salmon? You're okay with eating fish? I mean, yeah, he's like a fish person, so it's kind of weird. I mean, it tastes good, and it's a good source of protein, so I don't know. Oh, but what I meant to say was that Buddy was writing something again. It's a pretty short letter, though. Do you want me to just send a pic? So you don't have to come all the way over here? Oh, that'd be great, thank you. PNG. Use PNG, don't use JPEG. JPEG gets a lot of compression. Use PNG. Guys, I think they're trying to kill me, please help! What? Huh. While Hans has been very indecisive about whether or not he wants to be found, I would feel more comfortable doing a quick search just in case he's serious. Agreed. That's really good. And well, idea, since it's better to be safe than sorry. Why do I keep getting cut off lately? We just logged on. I don't know. Well, you just logged on. Okay, this is killing me. Which says a lot considering that I'm technically undead, lol. Officer, I will help you in your investigation. I don't really think that's necessary. Actually, I was planning on helping out this time around. Shh, it's okay, I know that you're just a complete all right now. We can pick up where you said that mud thing was. The dirt trail from earlier? Yeah, meet you there in 5 minutes. Okay, bye. Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to surrender this round. Leave some investigating behind, so I can do it with you next time, okay? Will do. Good luck. Alright, you roll back your shoulders a couple of times and crack your neck. It's investigation time. Writing some fanfic between Joan and us. It would probably be a chaotic one if Iris is involved. You arrive shortly and vaguely recall passing by this corridor before. But judging by how large the mansion is, you could be mistaking it for a different location. You know, I guess the loop is kind of is like, you know, we have an investigation partner, but we're kind of still like, in the actual, ironically, in the actual investigation scenes, we're hanging out with everyone, you know, once more. Giving everyone a chance for character development. You turn to ask Iris about what areas are nearby, but she's already laughing too hard to respond. Maybe you should just start looking around your own. Further investigation scenes hover over different parts of the screen. And yeah, we know this. Alright. Let's see. The old, like, a point-and-click style, like, just move your mouse all over everywhere. So there's this, there's that. What else? And I already know that. Oh, and there's... what? I think I saw something. Here. Oh, here. Okay, so right first, let's go from the right. So let's look at that. Something catches your attention near one of the columns. Well, to be more accurate, you sneeze and something caught your attention. So you're in a Resident Evil 1 style mansion, and what's the premise of the game? Okay, well, I guess, yeah, you came by in the middle. I guess, yeah, we're a paranormal investigator. It's kind of like, you know, not to be taken too seriously, just a comedy visual novel. There's a bunch of monsters in the mansion. We're trying to find a head? Someone lost their head. A Dulahan, you know, a supernatural creature with like a, well, it's like a, you know, if you remember, like the headless horseman, you know? But they lost their head, so we're trying to find it. In general. To be more accurate, you sneezed and something got your attention. Oh, your sneeze sounds like a puppy. It really doesn't. Do it again! Do it again! I don't know if we can force a sneeze, Iris. I don't think I can sneeze on command. Iris looks crestfallen and you feel a pang of guilt. Never mind the sneezing. Was this gold dust always in the air? Well, unless someone changed our AC to an air freshener for rich people, no? We could probably catch some of this stuff in a jar and sell it online. Well, that sounds like a really good idea. Making lots of money. Screw this, like, investigation. We're probably just being paid, like, I don't know, like, minimum wage. So probably just get the gold dust, steal their treasures, and, you know, and just leave. Maybe not. What's over here? As you continue walking down the corridor, you see something gleam on the ground. You bend down to pick it up. I feel like I've seen this on TV somewhere before. Iris peers over your shoulder out of curiosity. Whoa. Hide it, you madman. Oh, what is it? That's a really rare trading card. Oh. It's Black Lotus from Magic the Gathering. You should just take it and run. From what I hear, you can only get it through the black market, and even there it's limited. Really? I have a feeling she's tricking you. That lucky? She freezes. Hold on. I actually think that's one of Han's cards. You shouldn't steal it. Okay, maybe. Okay, I was thinking she was gonna say, just kidding. But actually it is, but it belongs to someone else, rather. I mean, yeah, you found a clue, but you never felt more let down before in your life. I mean, you could still steal it. But maybe not. Maybe we're too good. We're good-natured, so we don't do that. The dirt trail you found early on the patio seems to have been... Hey, I know that I'm not an actual detective or anything, but did someone tamper with the tracks on that dirt stuff earlier? No, you're right, but why would they go to such lengths with some dirt trail? Motives aside, I'm just trying to figure out how they covered their tracks, without any of us noticing. Iris brings up a good point. It's also one that you can't quite figure out at the moment. Mystery aside, you're shocked to find that Iris is actually helpful. It's not like spouting memes at us. Okay. We found a trading card, some gold dust, and the trail was somehow, you know, messed with. You know, I kind of forgot the clues we found in the patio, actually. I wish we had like a little journal that lists our clues, you know? Phoenix Wright style or Danganronpa style? I guess not. Seems like there isn't anything else to investigate. You're starting to feel worn out and decide to take some well-needed time to rest, especially since Hans will probably change his mind again when you go back to the kitchen. Plus, it just seems like a good time for a break, no? Well, back to shenanigans with Joan. You start heading back to the dining room with Joan? It's kind of tiring walking this much. In that case, want to hear a story to take your mind off of it? Sure. Joan clears her throat. Okay, time to hear some backstory in the form of a metaphor. Once upon a time, there was a little girl whose parents fell ill to an incurable plague. Having heard stories of a witch nearby who had powers of the unknown, she sought her out to cure her family. When the witch said that it was impossible to undo the illness since it would interfere with a human lifespan, the little girl was filled with fury. She determined that the only way to save her parents was to kill the witch and steal her magic to do it herself. So what happened? Joan looks off into the distance. Who do you think I was? The little girl or the witch? I mean, it's kind of obvious, don't you think? Unless it's a metaphor. But otherwise, it would make sense that you were the little girl, because, you know, if the little girl succeeded, then she would become a witch, and you would be telling this story. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe the witch survived and killed the little girl, maybe. And I guess either would make sense, but I'd imagine the little girl. An interesting choice. Oh, maybe you were wrong either way. Wait, so which one were you? Joan turns around and flashes you a grin. Oh, I never said that it was a story about me, did I? Guess not. Joan cracks up laughing and runs ahead, saying she'll meet you at the dining table. You aren't sure it was a real story or not? You walk into the dining room to report on your progress, only to find that everyone was already there. Seems to be having a high-stakes poker match. Oh yeah, the trading card could also been a Blue Eyes White Dragon? Is a Blue Eyes White Dragon? Is that rare? I don't know. You know, that reminds me actually, in my childhood, I actually traded away my Blue Eyes White Dragon, because I initially did have a Blue Eyes White Dragon. You know, I traded it away. It was a really bad trade though. I traded it away for like a little card from like a construction deck. Thinking back, like a Blue Eyes White Dragon was worth way more, but well, doesn't matter now, does it? Buddy switched out his normal balloon for a more serious expression. You pull up a chair. Hey, quick question. I forgot to mention this earlier, but does anyone own a two-tailed cat as a pet? Oh yeah, we saw that cat before. Was it two-tailed? I didn't see. Joan perks up. Oh, what color cat was it? It was a black with... You're cut off by Seba's sudden burst of laughter. Why are you laughing? What's so funny? Man, Marrow, you improved your poker face a lot. I guess they're laughing about something else. How did you up your game so quick? Just last week I was beating you to no end. Seba gives Marrow a playful tap on the shoulder, only to see the skeleton crumble to pieces. What? Any? The lights flicker out at the exact same moment. Oh no. Everyone is frozen in place, with the exception of Seba. The darkness amplifies his golden eyes, and you can almost see the fire flickering behind them. Your mouth goes bone dry. Upon Marrow probably would have appreciated if he... Your thoughts are interrupted by a sudden stream of moonlight pouring through the window. Joan looks slightly drained from using her magic with no preparation. You quickly look around the room to take account that everyone is relatively okay. Iris looks way more pale than usual and almost falls to the ground, but Joan catches her in time. The witch props up a now fragile vampire to help her walk, and the two of them quietly exit. On their way out, you can hear Iris mumble something about how she didn't mean to. Meanwhile, Seba's overheating with a combination of fear and rage. His flames flicker from their usual shade of red and then back again. Mur is trying his best to keep Seba stable from a distance, covering his own gills so they don't dry out while using a soothing tone of voice. You'll only have enough time to interact with one of the issues, so you... Okay, weird, the lights flicker off. What's happening? Someone get murdered? I don't know. Like, actually murdered? So either help Iris, or help Seba. Seba's pretty angry. I don't know if we should get close to him. Iris, though, muttering about something? What are you muttering about? Well, then again, last time we got close to Iris, we got bitten to death? I don't know. Either way, sounds like bad choices, but I guess maybe help Iris? I mean, Seba, I guess, you know, is being helped out by Mur anyway, so... And then again, I guess Joan is helping Iris? I guess it doesn't matter. Have a tomato. Maybe not. You run over towards the door to go help Iris. You don't think that maybe there's a possibility that I... Iris, listen to yourself. The possibility of that being true is slim to none, and you know it. But that's the thing. We don't know. We will never know. Because it's impossible since Meryl doesn't remember anymore. Remember what? Oh, nothing really. You just came at a bad time. Haha, ha 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 ha. Totally not hiding anything. Really, you're still gonna keep this thing a secret. I just don't want to cause any unnecessary stress if I don't have to. Over what? The idea that you might have been the one to kill Meryl in the past. Interesting. So I guess Meryl wasn't always a skeleton. She flinches and ignores his comment completely. Oh wow, do you hear that? Maybe it's Meryl waking up. Before he can react, she's already gone back inside. You think you heard someone's footsteps for a split second, but you aren't sure. The lights flicker back to normal. You hear the sounds of bones shifting, but that's a good thing. Meryl is not dead. That's good. That felt weird. Iris sighs with relief and slumps against the wall. Meryl! You weren't waking up. What? I'm really sorry for the trouble that I've caused. I'm not sure what happened. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. We're just glad you're safe. Everyone else nods in agreement, but as you scan the room, you notice something is off. Hey, where's Buddy? The second the words slip from your mouth, a heavy feeling descends upon the room. This can't be good. I really don't want to be the one to bring this up, but we have to consider the possibility that Buddy might have been kidnapped by whoever has Hans's head. Maybe they're not getting along so well after all, because, you know, the initial messages were like, yeah, we solved the mystery, it's fine, but then the last message was not so great. You wonder if the skeleton will bone us? I mean... Maybe. Maybe not in this route, though. I'm not sure what he would bone us with, though, however. Anyway. I'm not sure if this is helpful or not, but I found some remains of the dirt leading to the library. I mean, it seems like it might be leftovers from a trail you found by the patio. Well, then again, I don't know, man. That's actually an awesome lead. Thanks, Iris. Oh, it was nothing, really. In fact, if you want, you could team up again. Actually, Iris, if you don't mind, I want to take this part on with Aiden. I think my skills might come in handy for once. Well, sounds good to me, but we should probably hurry on over, yeah? Since we want to get there before the culprit leaves and all. You're absolutely right. Let's go. Okay, back to the library. Hans might be dramatic, but in this case, he's in an actual predicament. He needs your help, and you're not gonna let him down if you can help it. Investigation starto! And then we're actually in the actual scene this time. It's funny. Yeah, we also haven't saved in a while, I feel like, so probably just save a bit. Boop. Or maybe, well, actually we did actually. I don't know, sometimes I just forget that we actually already did save, as it turns out. We're making a decision between either helping Iris or Dagu. Anyway, so we click on Mirror, we click on us. I guess the book, rather. What else? Can we click on anything else? Everything else seems blurred out, so I don't know. Well, I don't know, I guess talk to Mirror. I can hear a ticking noise around this bookcase for some reason. Ticking? Like a clock sound? Yeah. What should I do? Well, let me finish up on my end and we'll check it out with you. That might be a sign there's a mechanism nearby. Got it. Okay. The old, like, secret bookcase, you know? Hit a switch and it opens a secret passage. It's a book about capes. You're guessing that it's one the Iris and Hans were reading over together. For now, it isn't necessarily useful, but it does motivate you to look for him even harder. As you put it back, you notice a book that was slightly out of place. You half-heartedly flip it open to a random page. Okay. The Hebrew name translates to blank of God. Oh, that's the wrong button. Help from God, or one whom God helps. Blank does not act independently from God. Blank takes only those blank which blank has been commanded to take. Okay? I don't really understand. You wonder why random words were blacked out. I wonder what else I should look for. Oh, there's something else? I don't know. Move the ghosts. Move the ghosts. Oh, okay. I thought this was like a black bar, but it's actually like a bookcase, as it turns out. Boop. A little misleading there. There aren't any more traces of dirt to follow. There isn't anywhere else to go. If you were to mess up at this point, you wouldn't be able to. Mur notices your uncertainty. He mouths the words, "You can do this, ganbarimasu," and gives you a soft, reassuring smile. You take a deep breath to calm yourself down, giving him a nervous smile back. It seems like there isn't anything else, so we go to Mur, take a closer look at the ticking noise. I think there's a hollow space behind the bookcase, so I'm guessing that it's some sort of secret room, but you can't figure out how to open it? Mur pauses before looking back towards you. Well, I have one more trick up my sleeve. He hums to himself quietly with his eyes closed. One more trick? What do you... Murray's eyes flick open and you're immediately lost within their depths. He gives a soft laugh, and you snap back to reality. See? One more trick. As a siren, one of my latent abilities is being able to sense things of emotional importance. So, hypothetically, if there is a secret room here, someone should have an attachment to it, right? Murray, that's incredible. He rubs the back of his neck shyly. Anyways, it seems that the most emotion is concentrated right about... His hand passes lightly above the books as he quickly looks over them. It's a very useful trick. We just find where we need to go right there. It's right here. Saying this, he tilted one of the novels slightly downward. Boop. The bookshelf rattles open and reveals a dark chamber within. You are suddenly very painfully aware of how fast your heart is beating. Fumbling with your phone, you text the group chat to let everyone know your location. Mur holds his hand out to you. Shall we go in? You give him a shaky smile. Way ahead of you. Okay, what a weird... I was gonna say what a weird place, but then again, the entire house is pretty weird. Stepping aside makes you feel like you're no longer even in the same house. Columns stretch so far above you that your eyes are unable to register if a ceiling exists. A chill runs down your spine. You're starting to feel feverish. You can't tell what temperature the room, or can someone this large can be called a room? Well, you don't know what the temperature is though. But you can feel a constant wave of heavy air pressure. It hurts to breathe. Mur takes a step backwards in shock, struggling to catch his breath as well. What is this place? The others arrive and share the same reaction. Joan looks like she's zoning out to cope, while Meryl falls apart slightly, literally. Sabo's tail is between his legs, and Iris looks more pale than usual. She's always looking pale, isn't she? You take a deep breath and flex your hands a couple of times to keep calm. You'll be in and out in no time. The location doesn't matter. All we need to do is grab Hans and get out of here. Hans or Hans? I guess I say Hans. Hans, you say? Okay, who are you? You almost trip backwards. How do you... Wait, no, who are you? Shouldn't I be the one asking that? Hans told me all about his friends. Hasn't mentioned anything about you. Well, no matter. My name is Azriel. Are you an angel? And here comes the introduction video, I suppose. So we always get one, right? Oh, well, that's pretty. It's a different color. Judge plus the jury. Right on schedule. Now, as for the rest of you, you hear someone yawn. Oh, man, it feels nice having my head on my shoulders again. I guess, yeah, his head, right there. Headless. Okay, we finally get an introduction from Hans. I don't even feel like addressing whatever that just was. Hans? Saber, are you okay? Yeah, I'm back in one piece. Or should I say 2 pieces? Good enough for me. Ooh, what do you mean? Hey, you. Oh, you couldn't possibly be referring to me, right? To be addressed in such a lowly manner. Saber's flames start to flicker red. Apparently they don't know this person. Yeah, like it's a house full of monsters, right? But it's the angels here. Did you have anything to do with Meryl losing consciousness earlier? Oh, do you mean the skeleton? If so, then my sincerest apologies. When you think about it, though, wasn't I just returning them back to their original form? In a way, you keeping that thing alive is far worse than my unconscious actions, no? Saber ignores the angel's comment entirely. First Hans, then Meryl. Listen, I've been looking for a way to blow off some steam lately. I don't suppose you mind if I took it out on you? The angel gives a short laugh. I was just thinking the same. Don't worry. I'll be sure to send you back to whatever hell you came crawling out of. Saber exhales. Smoke pouring out of his jaw. Fire starts scattering across the tips of his fingers. Demon versus angel. Classic battle. Be my guest. Whoosh. Within seconds, Saber is engulfed by flame. He looks back towards you, a sense of urgency. Grab Hans and go. I'll hold them off until you're safe. Got it. Alright. Hans stares in awe, his own fire diminished by the sheer velocity of their collision. His eyes sparkle, he mumbles something to himself about Naruto. Naruto, god damn it. Goddamn weep. You grab his hand and give it a tug. We need to get out of here now. Hans looks at you, confused, when some of the Saber's sparks land on his arm. Ow. You okay? Hans grips his left arm tightly as it trembles, grimacing. The darkness sealed in my left arm seems to have been awakened. Perhaps it is time to unleash my final move. Oh my gosh, let's go. It's like, it's actually not true at all. He does not have a dark power unleashing anyway, you pull Hans as you take off running. The rest of the mansion's residents trailing not too far behind. The angel knows not what Sable plans to do with Azrael the angel. Huh. Maybe they'll just have a nice chat, you know? You silently hope that Sable will make it out okay. Retracing your steps, you slide open the same door you came from. Nani? Where are we? We turn around frantically, looking for any sign of life. Hans? Anyone? There's no response. Where did everyone go? My. You didn't think you would be able to escape, did you? You. What did you do to Saber? Someone's touchy? You don't actually think I would hurt any of you, do you? Your friend, the dog boy, is safe. He's just taking a short nap. Although I admit, it was somewhat irritating after having to deal with him. But any friend of Hans is a friend of mine. Honest. I would do anything to make Hans happy. Oh, let's say that hypothetically I believe you. If you love Hans so much, why would you want him dead? Me? Want Hans dead? I'm afraid that you're sorely mistaken. I was told that his life was reaching its end, and that I was to guide his soul afterwards, but If anything, I've been keeping him alive this whole time. He's such a wonderful person that I didn't want him to pass on. Wait, then why did Hans say you were trying to kill him? I don't know, an angel... I guess, yeah, Azrael is... I think they're just a yandere, maybe? I don't know. He must have misunderstood. Because I've been delaying the inevitable, I've became trapped in this place of Hans. Initially, there wasn't much of a problem, since I would love to spend an eternity with him. But now that you and your friends have ended up here, it's become somewhat problematic, since you people require food and sustenance. Well, surely with as many people here, we can break out together. As much as I wish to share the optimism, the only way to leave is for a soul to be delivered. You hear someone scoff. The only way out is with a soul. Yeah, right. Joan, everyone else, you're okay. You can't help but sigh with relief, knowing that you're all in the same place. Also, I think I might have figured out the mystery. And what might you be referring to? Well, Hans is a Dullahan, so we know that he's supposed to be immortal. It would make sense for someone like that to be on your list of people to collect, no? I guess Dullahans are immortal? I don't know. But Azrael saying that, like, Hans is going to die? Okay. When I mentioned a two-tailed cat in the dining room earlier, Joan seems to have recognized it. The collar itself was smeared, but I believe that the cat's name was actually Hans. Okay. Am I right, Joan? Everyone turns to look at her. She looks away. At the time, it seemed like it would be really funny. In what way? Well, you always say that you like cats and cat girls so much. I figure why not name one after you? Hans puts his face down in defeat. Okay, that was a prank, I guess. Listen, I hate to ruin such a nice moment, especially after you deduced all of that. But the truth of the matter is that even if the order was wrong, we still need to sacrifice a soul for all of us to leave safely. Yeah, okay, okay. Oh, okay, I don't know, I'm a bit slow, but yeah, the soul that Azrael was trying to collect in the first place was not Hans the Dullahan, but Hans the cat. Oh, okay. I can't go grab the cat Hans while I'm stuck in this barrel with you guys. You get the feeling that you're the only chance everyone can make it out safe. Everyone else here is in some way, shape, or form supernatural, so they won't be able to serve as a complete substitute because of the nature of their soul. Besides, of course, the resident Dullahan, since he was meant to be taken in the first place, opting to not sacrifice a soul at all would result in everyone starving to death. It seems as though the sacrifice will either come down to you or Hans. Oh, okay. You must sacrifice someone, oh no. I like living, so here you go. Honestly, I couldn't ask for a better opportunity. Sure, I'm a paranoid investigator, or is that the choice I picked? Let me try again. I feel like this is the wrong choice. Hans? Hans? Okay, I don't know. I feel like we're still gonna sacrifice ourselves. I thought I picked the Hans option. Anyway, honestly, I couldn't ask for a better opportunity. Sure, I'm a paranormal investigator, but some of my more specialized services are, well, paranormal extermination. Oh, that's what you mean. That's what Aiden means. Seeing so many of you sick, twisted creatures all living together. It was a shock at first, if I'm being quite honest. I wasn't sure how to kill each of you off without the others realizing, so I played along, but wait a minute, what? This is a bit of a twist. The idea that you scum would have chosen between dying a slow, painful death or sacrificing one of your dear friends. I couldn't ask for a better way to reach the end of my life. Bringing at least one, if not the rest of you, down with me. Everyone stares in dead silence, stuck between disbelief and betrayal. You know, from the moment that I met you, I could see the darkness spilling out from your heart. I initially thought it was a mistake on my part, considering how nice you were behaving. After all, no one could truly be that twisted, right? Clearly, I was wrong. All this has done is strengthen my belief that you humans are corrupt. The fact that beings such as yourself continue to thrive in this world makes me want to hasten the apocalypse. Ah, but don't worry, Aiden.
Don't worry.
You won't have to wait for the day of judgment.
It's divine judgment.
I'll send you to hell straight away. Well, to hell we go. Yay! We're evil. Okay, well, I didn't expect us to go all psychopath at the end there. I thought we were gonna like, you know, we're gonna say like, Hans, can you please sacrifice your soul, please, so we survive? And Hans is like, oh, alright. And then we have like a sad ending, but I guess we just go crazy, never mind. Yeah, okay, well, we're gonna sacrifice ourselves. Alright. I'll do it. Nani! Azrael, do what you gotta do. Thank you. Surely I can take your place instead. You try to respond or say any form of last words, but your body goes slack. Well, we're dead. The only thing you're aware of is the agonizingly pure silence. All senses of direction and time are lost, and you can feel. You can even feel your sense of. You can even feel your sense of self fading away. You can't tell if your eyes are open or closed because of the absence of light. The one thing you can feel is that you are slowly forgetting your memories. Any responsibilities, hardships, and trauma seem to have never existed. You've never been in such a peaceful state before. You feel something wet on your skin. Are you crying? You can't remember why. A teardrop drips off of your face and falls into your body. Water. Dripping. It seems like that happened to you recently. Recently? An Uber flashed into your mind. Okay, yeah, that was in the very beginning. We were in an Uber. There was rain dripping from the roof. You were going to a mansion and you remember being scared first, but getting close to Joan. You remember messing around with magic and watching the stars. You never got to say goodbye to Joan. Even though you knew her briefly, you felt like you could have had such a great time together. If only you could tell her that you totally want a Yuri ending. Oh no. Oh, what is this? You mortals are stronger than you look. You turn around to see who it was, but when you try to open your eyes, you feel a burst of pain. Yeah,
Please, never scare me like that again.
Please, never scare me like that again. There was a bit of voice acting there. It feels a little quiet though. I don't know. Is there like an option to turn up the voice? Maybe? I don't know. Well, please, never scare me like that again. I was so worried. Oh, I miss you too. Oh, did you do something with your eyes? What? No. What exactly happened? Okay, fine, but you better not laugh. Okay, we have weird eyes now. I've never seen such beautiful eyes before. Really? It's stunning. Oh, these eyes will take some getting used to since, well, the color spectrum looks different and I can low-key see ghosts now, but you close your eyes momentarily to steady yourself. A smile escapes from your lips as you look around once more. But don't worry though, this isn't like I'm saying goodbye or anything. For as long as you'll have me, I'll always come visit you by moonlight. Okay, there you go. I don't completely understand the ending, but by moonlight? I mean, we were trying to sacrifice our soul, right? We saved everyone, and I can only assume Aiden turned into another sort of supernatural being themselves. Maybe another angel, I don't know. That's what happened, I guess. I guess a little ending there as well, like the little extra ending you get, the epilogue. Depends on who you choose in the beginning. I guess I chose Joan, so that's kind of our our best friend, or our best friend or girlfriend. Well, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Because in the end, we saved everyone. A happy ending. Alright. I guess I wish we could have spent more time with Hans though. We don't really get that much exposition with Hans. But yeah. Wasn't that? Oh well, I kind of wish there was more of a mystery though. Oh, thank you for playing, Finn. wish there was more mystery. It was kind of like a sort of mystery. You sort of like try to figure out what Hans was. I wish there was like a little test you do, you know? A little like Phoenix Wright test where you kind of like put all the clues together and figure out what exactly happened. That would have been cool, but they kind of just, Aiden kind of just figures it out on their own. So, well, I guess yeah, we're just gonna explore all the other characters. Why not? You know, why not? I tend to do that with visual novels, especially if it's like a short visual novel. I might as well see all there is to see. You know, maybe even like if it's like a longer visual novel, especially like dating sims. You know, you kind of just like watch one route and that's it. But because they're so long and everything, otherwise, why not just see what all the characters like, what their personalities are like? Because I feel like that's the strength of the game. You know, despite calling it a mystery comedy, you know, visual novel, whatever, I feel like the mystery part is kind of weak, to be honest. There's like not a lot of stakes involved, and even in the beginning, this like you know, just find someone's head, and they really, you know, get too serious. Except maybe the fact that I guess Azrael, you know, kind of like trapped us, or they didn't intend to, but they trapped us in like this weird void place and got sacrificed our soul. I mean, I guess that's pretty serious, but you know, they didn't really like build up to that, you know, with that with appropriate, I guess, pacing, you know. I feel like I kind of like went up to 11 out of nowhere. I feel like, but anyway, okay. What was the decision to? Yeah, it was this one. Yeah, so this is just a little decision we can do where you pick out basically who we want to hang out with, you know. Again, I'm gonna make it a Danganronpa comparison only because, you know, Danganronpa reminds me of like a mystery kind of visual novel kind of game where you can like, you know, bond with people. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like, you know, just, I was gonna say filler, no, maybe not filler, but like side story stuff. It's not really important, but still interesting. And again, it's kind of the strength of the game, I feel like. Anyway, so we picked Joan before, only because, I don't know, I just kind of liked her initially more than the others, but you know, we can hang out with everybody. Let's see. Let's hang out with Myr. Why not? Myr. Text them. You're gonna use summon the spell? No? Realistically, everyone's all has their phones. Texting is easier. Okay, gonna hang out with Myr now. I was so surprised when I got Joan's text. I can't wait to spend time with you. Same here. Joan coughs awkwardly. Do you want to read over Buddy's messages real quick? Oh, good idea, my bad. Okay, so this is the beginning of the investigation. Dark Lord. Hans, who's a Dark Lord? You can just go ahead and read that, okay. Gosh. Can I skip most of this actually? Whoop. Oh, I didn't mean to, skip too much, whoops. I skipped the actual, okay. I thought you would skip to a scene where we haven't seen it before, but it doesn't do that. Unfortunately, let's go back. Can I, is there like a option? Unread off? Wait, press off or on, off, on, off? I don't know. I guess I'll just click like this. Click, click, click. Click, click, click. Click, click, click. Because there's some parts that we already, you know, went through already. The actual, like, plot relevant stuff, but otherwise, we just have these scenes. But then again, like, because I'm thinking, like, I can't just skip to the next scene as well. You know, where we hang out with the other characters. We're gonna have to, like, keep clicking until we actually stop at the scene where we need to stop. Anyway. Initially, the two of you weren't sure where to start. I guess we went to the swimming pool with Myr. Myr asks if you want to go to the ocean, but you sheepishly confess that you never learned how to swim. You honestly expected him, being a siren and all, to make fun of you, but instead, he teaches you how to stream. Or swim? Stream? No, swim. Not teaching how to be a Twitch streamer, just teach you how to swim. You have always been scared of getting in the water, but with Myr in it, it was different. You legitimately aren't sure if it's just part of his siren nature, or it's just because he, as a person, is that calming. But swimming lessons aside, you're actually having fun in the water. You even had these cute little rubber ducks floating in the pool with different hats. Two of you feel refreshed and accomplished after taking a nice swim. You can feel your bond strengthen. Persona, social link upgraded. Through the power of investigation of what you personally thought was dangerous water, you both receive a text. Yeah, okay, so I was wondering about this. Why is this text like typeset? You know, you think there's like wrote with this marker, right? But it's like it's so perfectly typed as if it's from a computer or a typewriter. Okay, so alright. So this is like starting a new scene. You meet up with Mur by the field. You notice his scales are turning a bit discolored in parts. Again, it's a little bit annoying trying to go through the game again, find these scenes again, because the skip button, sequence or skip function's not working properly. Anyway, I'm gonna stop complaining. You know, being physically active is great and all, but you should probably put on sunscreen to be safe. Don't worry. Remember, it's fake sun. It's actually nighttime right now. Yeah, I always forget about that. I don't know if they actually mentioned it before, but like it was like raining outside, right? Wasn't it? But then now it's like it's sunny because it's Joan's magic that's doing that. I don't know. You feel embarrassed. I do appreciate you looking out for me, though. That being said, even if it is fake weather, it's still really nice out right now. Would you want to go with me on a bike ride?
Want to?
I'd love to. Bike ride time. When you typically ride a bike, it's something exhausting, but riding on the back of someone else's bike is a different experience entirely. Mur takes you on a thorough tour of the outdoors of the mansion, slowing down on some paths so you can enjoy the surroundings. He was right. The weather, even if it's somewhat manufactured, was incredible. The soft breeze, combined with the wind from riding on the bike, was something else entirely. By the time you reach the end of your bike ride, Mur still hasn't broken a sweat. He asks if you're ready to go back inside, but you decide to stay out a bit longer to relax. So he goes in without you to finish his workout. The breeze is just right, and before you know it, you fall asleep. Oh, it's your phone. Okay, so again, back to this. A little tedious, but you know what? I want to get as much content as I can, even if it's a little annoying to do so. Anyway, Mur starts to trust you more. Give him a little talk. Well, I was gonna say like, a little like, what was it? I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to say. Like a deep conversation is basically what I was trying to say. Anyway, this might sound a bit weird, but did you see any of my family pictures while we were in my room? Your room? I don't think I've been there. Mur chuckles softly. The pool. Oh, the swimming pool was his room? Well, I guess that makes sense. Realization hits you like a truck. Oh, in that case, I'm not sure. Like, I think they were family pictures, but they looked a bit off. You aren't sure how to respond. A little bit. He sighs. I have a bit of a strange confession. What do you mean? Well, when you think of sirens, they tend to be female. Yeah. Being a male siren meant I was less useful for hunting, so I was cut from my show as a kid. Well, that's awful. He shrugs. I found ways to get by. One way was that I deluded myself into thinking that I had a family waiting for me out there somewhere. You're guessing that this strategy does not go well, although it does explain the poorly photoshopped pictures in the pool area. You initially thought it was from a swimming ad, huh? Anyways, I ended up being kidnapped to spill information on my imaginary sisters, and one thing led to another, and now I have a bunch of scars on my back. Well, that's no good. I'm glad that you're sharing this with me, but what brought this on? It sounds awful. I can't imagine that you like retelling this story. I mean, I don't, but he looks away. I've just had too many friendships broken because they only wanted to date my sister. Or they didn't want to be associated with me because of my scars. He glances back towards you. Don't worry, in anime, scars are really cool, so this is basically me giving you the opportunity to walk away before I get too attached. If you leave within the next 10 seconds, I'll take that as your answer. He turns back away and tenses up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready or not, here I come. No, you grab his hand. You might have run into the worst of the worst people before, but I would never do something like that to you. Not only that, but you're surrounded by all of these unique individuals who care about you. You shouldn't have to do that countdown thing when becoming friends with someone. Anyone with half a brain could see that you're worth more than your scars or your family combined. You can't see his face, but he wipes his eye really quick. Are you... No, it's sweat, okay? My eyes are just sweating. Thank you, though. That means a lot. You crack a smile. Okay, let's hurry up to the dining room. There you go. Backstory for Myrrh, which is cool. Again, I love the characters. Like any kind of any kind of like character-based little story. I do love learning about the characters and how they develop. Anyways. We're back.
So glad you're back.
And yeah, a little scene with Myrrh now. This is the Myrrh ending. I was so worried. Oh, I miss you too. Are your eyes okay? Kinda weird you're keeping them closed. What? No, I'm totally not keeping them closed for no reason at all. I'm not like an immortal being or anything. Okay, fine, you better not laugh. That looks so cool. Really? Yeah. I used to sense skeletal spectrums, can see ghosts now. I don't know, maybe Aiden's undead now? Because they can see ghosts? I don't know. Sorry though, let's think about anything, but I'm always confused about it, like, oh. I guess the ending is like generally the same, really. Yeah. The dialogue's pretty much the same, so maybe I don't really have to like see the actual very end of the scene. Maybe I could just see the little like, I think we have like 2 or 3 scenes actually. Yeah, little three little scenes with each of the characters. That's all we need to see, really. I'm gonna do that. Back? Can I go back? Please? Please? Hello? I can't go back. I have to wait for the credits to end. Oh well. But look at watch the credits every time. Well, I don't have to actually. As I said before, I don't really need to watch the very end because it's pretty much the same. You get the same kind of ending no matter what. So I'm probably just not gonna go to the very end every time. I'm just gonna find the little 3 scenes you get with each character instead. Anyway. I keep saying, sometimes I say she, even though, I don't know. There was like 3 options. Boy, girl, human. I picked human only because I was being cheeky. The 3 genders. Boy, girl, human. I kind of just see Aiden as a she, but I don't know. Let's see. Game. Back to the choice of who we want to hang out with. Alright, so we hung out with Joan, we hung out with Myrrh. I guess we can hang out with Dagu and Skeleton. Why not? Can we? No? Click. Sad face. I'm feeling sad right now. Oh no, not again. Did it freeze again? Hopefully it works. Hello, please work. Click. Alright. It worked. Say bye, Meryl. I'll just say maybe over here. Oh. Text them. Come over. Yep. It was me. I'm so touched. Well, you and Saba. Joan coughs awkwardly. Read message. Click. A lot of clicking. Alright. And now a scene with a skeleton and a dog boy. Initially the 3 of you weren't sure where to start. Saba flat out has the mentality of a puppy, while Meryl just wants to stay inside and read. Instead of a mutual agreement for an activity, what really happened was something along the lines of, well, chaos caused by Saba specifically. You're feeling kind of worn out, so you decided to side with Meryl on going somewhere quiet to wind down, or go somewhere quiet to wind down for a bit, but Seba had the exact opposite intentions. He, for who knows what reason, thought you were playing an extreme version of hide and seek, so he would jump out at any possible area to jump scare you and Meryl. I don't know. I hate jump scares, don't do that. Are you tired currently? Very clearly. However, you counted every time Saba would startle you, and intend to pay back said amount in full. That being said, at some later point, you managed to work up enough motivation to challenge Saba to several races while Meryl kept track of time. You might have lost every round because you're the only human, but that rush of adrenaline sure picks you up. Whether if you feel tired and accomplished in a way after non-stop running and chasing, bonds are strengthened, you unlock more personas, and blah 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 blah. Instead, we're just gonna hang out with Meryl, that's fine. Well, Saba's asleep anyway. It's your time to strike. We must do a suplex. No, apparently when Saba passes out, nothing can wake him up. There were several times when you or Meryl would accidentally drop something, or even fall down on top of him, but he didn't stir once. At some point, the two of you feel satisfied with your progress. Saba wakes up and ends up being scared of his reflection, so you reluctantly erase all of your hard work. Monocle, mustache? Well, not all of it. You still have a picture on your phone. Saba ends up passed out on the lawn again, and Meryl seems to have started reading Harry Potter to learn about the very real person he's emulating. I mean, I guess in this world of magic, monsters, it's not like, a wizard with like a lightning scars, and isn't that rare, would it? Or impossible anyway? And it's your phone. It's your phone, because you get another message. Okay, break time. Alright, so Saba Meryl, what are we gonna talk about here? Because usually we get a little backstory, right? When this scene happens, from the character we usually hang out with a lot, as our investigative partner. But now there's two, so do we hear two stories in one or something? I don't know. Anyway, you're walking back to the dining room with Saba and Meryl. Saba consistently runs up ahead and waits for the two of you to catch up, and then runs again. Seems to be entertaining himself fairly well, and to Meryl's delight, without stealing any bones in the process. I know that Saba and John talked about it earlier, but... Yes? Yes? Well, not to mention, this isn't... not to mean this in an insensitive way, but what is he exactly? Actually, despite all the time we spend together, I have a fairly limited amount of knowledge on Saba. But then again, I don't think that Saba quite knows all that much about himself either. The skeleton does a slight chuckle. That might be one of the reasons why I can be around him so much, since neither of us really have much of a past to cling on to. Well, in my case, I don't have one at all, though. I suppose that makes sense. How did the two of you meet anyways? Oh, calling it a meeting of any sort is a misnomer, quite honestly. Saba was a stray who wandered around and loved digging holes, and I suppose that one day he just happened to dig one up mine. He loves grave digging, I guess. You stifle a laugh. Somehow that sounds like a very Saba-like thing to do. What was that? He's already by the dining room and seems to have only heard his name in the whole conversation. Oh, it's nothing. Go on ahead. I'll be there in a bit. And we're back. Okay, we're talking to Saba. Meryl calls awkward. Okay, miss you guys. Okay, so it's basically the same. In fact, wait, I thought I saw Myrrh. What, Myrrh? Why are you here? I don't. This visual novel. It's a little broken, I feel like. Constellation are in your eyes. So rad. I guess slightly cool. I'll be Moonlight. Okay. Well, before we play the credits, I kind of don't want to play the credits. Go back. Okay, go back, please. Go back here. Hopefully he isn't frozen again. So, okay, so hung out with Myrrh, hung out with Joan, hung out with the Doggo Skelly. I guess, let's hang out with, yeah, Vampire waifu. A better love story than Twilight. Let's go. You missed me already? It's gonna be so much fun, hooray! Got my blood pumping. I don't know if that's the correct term to use around a vampire. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. You're the Uwu gang. Oh no. Oh no. You're unstoppable. You two are scaring me. Go ahead and leave. Try not to kill anyone. I want to kill someone. You know, make a whole like murder mystery. That'd be great. Again, I want that murder mystery. I wish there was a murder mystery. Anyway, initially the two of you weren't sure where to start. You and Iris aimlessly scrolled through social media and happened upon the Death by Chocolate Cake. It was destiny. Thanks to a medicine Joan developed, Iris is able to eat human food in small quantities. Oh, how useful. Doesn't have to, like, you know, suck a lot of blood instead. So the cake plan is good to go. You silently thank Joan while you whisk the materials into a smooth consistency. Listening to those me channel music, but... Oh, me channel music, but, yeah, I know those meme videos. Remixes on full blast as you tow away at the creamy batter. The me channel music, but it's Smash Mouth. At one point, Meryl stopped by to beg the two of you to turn the unholy noises down, but their bones started rattling so much that the skeleton was forced to leave. You compare memes while waiting for the cake to rise. Oh boy. Literally the meme queen. Your mouth waters at the smell of the cake alone. Iris has the same reaction, and the two of you just kinda sit there for a second in awe. You immediately cut a slice with the vampire and one for yourself, as Iris gets up quickly from the table. You take a small bite and... wow! Surely nothing can beat this. Iris returns with a gallon of vanilla ice cream to complement the cake, and you're instantly proven wrong. That's a lot of sugar. That's like diabetes. Combining the warm, straight out of the oven cake with the chill of ice cream kills you on the spot. Literally, you died of diabetes. You're in heaven, or we were in hell that one time. As well. Iris is almost moved to tears by how good it tastes, and honestly, you aren't too far behind. The two of you feel refreshed and accomplished after finishing the entire cake by yourself. You can feel the bond strengthen. You have to summon the vampire persona. I don't know. Alright. Okay. Time to go. No. Okay. Back to Vampire Meme Queen. The two of you are mentally and emotionally prepared for a movie marathon. Ooh, what movie are we gonna watch? Kimi no wa? Just to be clear, we do have enough food, right? We are 100% set. As long as we don't get another letter from Hans, we're Gucci. Oh god. Oh god, Iris. I've got to be honest, I'm surprised that no one else wanted to join us. I'm guessing it's because they can't handle jump scares. Oh, we're watching a horror movie. I don't know. I feel like for me, horror movies, personally, I feel like they're not actually all that scary. Turns out, I find like video games, like horror video games, like especially like jump scares, when I compare it to like a movie or a video game, it's more scary in a video game because you're more immersed in that. You know, you're especially because you're controlling the character within the game, so you feel like you're there, sort of, right? But with a movie, you're kind of like passively, you know, absorbing the information. So where they go boo, you know, it's like, it's not that scary, as it turns out, because you're not really like invested in the movie as much as if you were playing a video game, right? Now, even if it's like, because usually when you think like first person, right? First person is very immersive, well, VR horror games in particular, but even like third person stuff, right? Even like, I don't know, like Corpse Party, for example, has some scary parts, I feel like. Anyway, part of you can't help but wonder if it's because of the gratuitous, I don't know why I can't say it. Gratuitous. Part of you can't help but wonder if it's because of a lot of blood. Lots of blood. That's part of the reason why. Anyway, that it's scary. You brought pomegranate juice so you can match with Iris, and the two of you secretly stole some of Joan's popcorn to match the movie. You both make fun of the stupid horror protagonists, and Iris occasionally complains about the wasted food on the floor. It took you a little while before you realized. Oh, yeah, I was gonna like, wait, what do you mean by wasted food? You mean the popcorn? I mean, the popcorn does fall a lot, right, when you're trying to eat it and stuff? But I guess not, it's the blood. She's talking about the blood. which she relentlessly teases you for along with your previous zombie mishap. After crashing through several movie series, you both agree to take a short break. Answer phone! Alright. Once again. Skip. Time for a break. Alright. You meet up with Iris, walk back to the dining room, and discuss whether or not aliens are real. Oh. I thought we were going to talk about something more serious than that, but then again, I guess, like, we're the ooh-woo gang, so I don't think we're super serious all the time anyway. She thinks that there's no way, but honestly, after meeting everyone tonight, you're kind of considering it. Yeah, I mean, everyone's like a supernatural creature, right? Supernatural being, rather. So, I mean, aliens wouldn't be all that crazy. I know that you joke about it, but when was the last time you actually drank blood? Well, there was that one time she drank all of your blood and you died. I don't know if that timeline counts. She freezes and seems to be thinking back. Oh, drinking blood. I initially wasn't meant to turn out this way. What do you mean? A vampire came to my village and killed everyone, including my family, but seemed to slack off the jaw when it came to my turn. I was supposed to die that day, but ended up becoming just like the thing that I hated most. When your first turn, there's this insatiable hunger. It was miserable, because I would alternate between crying out of starvation or crying from the guilt of killing someone by accident. I got bad news about that. I guess, you know, that was not a good experience for both parties, you know. In that particular bad end. I've lost track of the years, but at some point I came across Joan. We both traveled alone, so we decided to stick together, and she gave me a medicine that could suppress my bloodlust. Since then, I've become a completely different person. I was able to finally think logically, and not be governed by instincts I did not wish for. Well, I mean, all in all, it's not too bad, even though you did murder a bunch of people, but you had no control over it, so, I mean... I changed my hair, my appearance, my personality. Oh, that's why you love memes so much? It's to cover your deep sorrow. Everything so I would be able to forget what I used to be. But even with all that, sometimes I'm still haunted by the memories. You stare at Iris in awe. You know, it would have been easy for you to just give up from the beginning and blame it all on your hunger. It's incredible that you managed so much with so little help. Iris gives a quiet smile. I say that I'm unfortunate, but my biggest stroke of luck was meeting Joan. Sure, I had the willpower to survive that long on bare necessities, but without her help, I wouldn't be able to live my life the way it is today. You seem to have returned to good spirits, and you both continue heading to the dining room. Okay, so that's her little story there, as well. Right? And I think, yeah, I don't think we need to go to the actual ending, because she's gonna say the same thing. It's gonna be like, hey, welcome back, I was so scared that you were all dead. And I was like, nah, don't worry, I'm alive. And it's kind of like, why are you closing your eyes? Oh, because I have these weird eyes, I can see ghosts now, and they're weird looking. And I'm like, your eyes don't look so weird, they're kind of cool. It's like, wow, but don't worry, I'm gonna come visit by moonlight, or whatever. At least I assume, I mean, unless that's all an illusion, I don't know. I don't think it is, anyway. Because I was thinking, why does she have weird eyes? And did she, die? Did her soul go away? How does that work? I have no idea. I don't know. Anyway. So we've seen that. Who's the last person? Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. Time to hang out with the Chunibo, but, well, we don't have his head, so... I guess talk to his body? I don't know how that would work, but... Alright. Buddy, huh? I guess we're gonna talk to a balloon this whole time. You know, we're gonna get to interact with him, you know? Really? So, I guess, yeah, it's pretty interesting that we can. Appears a buddy brought along a sketchbook to communicate. I guess, yeah, he can't talk, so he's gonna write. Nice to meet you. He's gonna talk like that. I hope that you can have fun while we are together. Thumbs up. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen. Nice to meet you too. We'll have a good time. Yay! Buddy suddenly freezes, and after explaining that he has to occasionally write for Hans, excuses himself briefly. He comes back several minutes later. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, oops, that was... I skipped the scene again. Let's try that again. No, that's not it. This one. Okay, now it's again. Buddy is honestly way cuter than you initially thought. Like a mascot character. You feel like you lucked out with him as a partner. Seems we get along just fine. See ya. Initially, the two of you weren't so sure where to start. You were going to draw together, but between you not knowing the mansion's layout at all and Buddy having no eyes, you couldn't even find the right supplies. You're going to use some of the materials that Buddy uses for letters, but you actually don't know what half of the tools do. You're flipping through one of those activity magazines when you find a camping section. Apparently neither you nor Buddy have had any experience, although frankly you don't particularly mind since you can't stand bugs. But it turns out you do have the materials on hand to make s'mores. The true camping experience, just eating s'mores, that's fine. You can't operate the kitchen stove because you need to use a spell, but Buddy's fire ended up doing just fine. Huh, even the appliances are like, you know, controlled by Joan. Interesting. You can relate to Mouse now after having to stop yourself repeatedly from trying to put your hands inside the turquoise fire. Buddy seems to have been both amused and concerned every time. You would accidentally zone out staring at the flame. You, for the most part, felt embarrassed. Then again, you haven't really seen a Dulhan before. It isn't your fault that you're so interested, right? Two of you feel refreshed and full after making s'mores. You can feel your bond strengthened. The power of investigation of fire! Hooray. You know, I wonder, well, I don't know if the very end will change somehow, because are we romancing Hans, or are we romancing, Buddy? I don't know, this is kind of weird. Because doesn't Azrael love Hans? So, are we gonna split the pieces, you know? We got the body, and Azrael gets the head? I don't know. Yay, alright. Another scene with Buddy. You're staying in the kitchen this time around, so you pretty much jump right to it. You already gathered a bunch of materials on the way over, so now's the fun part. You know, I guess, do we like change the balloon? You know, or Buddy seems to want to try other styles because besides balloons, so you collected a bunch of random objects you thought looked interesting from around the mansion. Oh, okay, so I was wondering, like, did you decorate the balloon, or is that just something else entirely, I guess? Items range from rubber ducks to globes, hats, stuffed animals, and everything in between. Buddy critiques each item with a series of emojis, and you feel like you're starting to be able to have real conversations despite not actually talking. Could this be the power of friendship? Amazing. Buddy hurries off to show his new sense of style to Joan, but says a quick thank you before leaving. Oh, it's your phone. Alright. A heart-to-heart. Yeah, okay, that was the word, like, I don't know. I don't remember exactly when I said it, but I was trying to think of the word heart-to-heart. Anyway. I was just randomly thought of that. Because I was like in a similar scene, I was talking like, or rather a similar scene where you're having a conversation, like a deep conversation with another of the characters. I was trying to think of a word. The word was heart-to-heart. We're trying to have a heart-to-heart. So now, we're gonna have a heart-to-heart with Buddy. Somehow, I don't know, well again, like, Buddy's like a sentient being, semi-sentient being, separated from Hans, right? Do they have the same memories? I have no idea. Let's see. You have a moment of realization. Buddy, can you tell me anything about Hans that would help me find him? Buddy continues walking, albeit at a slower pace. He eventually slows to a stop and pulls out a sketchbook. You rest your head on his shoulders while waiting for him to finish drawing. Is that a younger Hans? Buddy nods in affirmation and continues sketching. Do you turn towards video games to escape, or... That looks like an Xbox. Buddy pauses and decides to nod to that as well. He picks up his pencil again to add something really quickly. Okay, he turned towards cartoons and video games ago. This hits a little too close to home. Anyway, I don't know how that... Does that have anything to do with him being a Dullahan? I mean, video games and anime. Also the fact that he has a floating hand, that has nothing to do with it? I don't know. I feel like that's more unusual than him playing video games and anime. Or watching anime. Buddy shakes his head. Okay, he turns towards anime video games. Are you happy? Of course, it's not cartoons, it's anime. Buddy looks like he's somehow stifling a laugh before writing one last thing. You read it over and... Because Hans is immortal, he was forced to watch his friends and family die. Time and time again. So the reason he's a shut-in is because he feels like 2D characters will never die. Oh yeah, waifu is forever, waifu is life, waifu is love. Even though that is pretty depressing when you think about it. Anyway, you feel like you need some time to regather your thoughts. You thank Buddy for his help, and you ask him to go on ahead. You'll join him shortly. Yes, yeah, that's Hans' backstory. Again, we don't really interact with him all that much, so it's kind of a shame we don't learn more. You know, that's all we really do know. It's that little like backstory we have. You know, he's a big fucking weeb, but also for a reason. Okay, and just do this again. I just want to see, like, does Hans say anything different? Like he doesn't even remember us, right? So what's that gonna be like? We only really spent time with his, I guess, his body. Which just sounds kind of weird. We only love him for his body, not for his personality. Anyway. Okay, so what's this scene like?
Thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything. Oh, wait, why did I just say that? I don't know you. Oh, okay. Maybe that's how it works. So, like, Buddy is just part of his consciousness. Buddy, is that you? Yes.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Are your eyes okay? It looks like you just woke up. Wait. What the heck? I thought I had a one-way thing where I can tell what to do and not the other way around.
You're no match for me.
You're no match for me. Buddy, be quiet. What's with your eyes, though? Okay, so I guess, yeah, that's how they explain it. They are two separate beings, but I guess Buddy can be a little bit more assertive sometimes and take over his consciousness. It's kind of weird, though. I don't know, anyway. I guess, but then again, everyone's weird, so that's fine. Balash. Dying and coming back. Oh, okay. I don't know if I read that, actually. Did I didn't say that before? I don't know if I read that. But I guess dying and coming back? I mean, that's confirmed. We did die and come back. Died and come back. Alright. So I guess that's it. Like, for real this time. We explored all we could. Interacted with all of the characters. Learned about their backstories. Pretty interesting. Again, so... the strength of this visual novel is probably the characters, you know. I like the fact that you explore a little bit of their backstory, interact with them, you know. And they look cool, so... Again, if I had some criticisms, it would be a few. For one, I mean, the biggest thing is a little buggy. I don't know, like the skip button function is a little buggy. Sometimes it freezes. You know, I mean, those are things that it's kind of hard to criticize because, you know, what can you do, right? It's gonna be like that, gonna be stuck like that. But I guess, yeah, I wish it just wasn't so buggy. But other than that, I guess, I feel like I guess a smaller criticism is, I guess, it's kind of subjective though. Well, a lot of, I guess, opinions are, but I feel like I wish the mystery part was a little bit more, well, mystery, right? A little bit more mysterious, a little bit more high stakes if possible. You know, it wasn't really that way in the end. It kind of was. You had to sacrifice your soul and everything, but you know, the pacing still made it so like it really just came out left field. Really, it didn't really build up to that. You know, high stakes and actually like figuring your stuff on your own. I wish it, you know, did more of that instead of just like, especially the cat part. I mean, maybe because I was dumb, but I didn't really know about the cat part until Aiden told us. So I wish we had the chance to figure that out on our own. A little, again, buggy here as well, or maybe I don't know. Maybe do we get different CGs? I feel like I explored everything, so either these are CGs I haven't unlocked, or maybe they're just broken. I don't know. I think we found most of it, right? Yeah. Oh. Image locked still? What's locked? I don't know. What's locked? Well, I have no idea. I feel like I interacted with everyone. Right? That's Joan. That's Myrrh. That's, Buddy. Not Sans. Dogu. I guess there should be an image for, Iris, right? I don't know. I feel like, again, either I missed something, but I don't feel I did though. I think I pretty much went down every single branch I could, so I don't think I missed anything. I feel like. But anyway, I guess we can click on that. By Moonlight. Everything by Sugar Hype, and also some VAs. Alright. And yeah, I guess I explored all I can. Again, interesting short little visual novel. I enjoyed it. You know, in the end, that's all that really matters. Despite its little flaws. Well, again, the biggest thing is a little buggy, but anyway. Alright. That was it for By Moonlight. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you then.